In the scorching heat of the sun, the once thriving and lively Lake Mead and Lake Isabella withered and diminished greatly, leaving nearly 20 million people in despair. The lack of water had plunged the region into a perilous state. However, it seems hope has risen again. But should this news about the end of a long drought period come with some fear? In this video, we'll examine the shocking state and possible future of Lake Mead and Lake Isabella. Water has till the end. Lake Mead, an artificial body of water, was created as a reservoir by the Hoover Dam, located on the Colorado River in the southwestern United States. The reservoir is situated in both Nevada and Arizona and is positioned approximately 24 miles, 39 kilometers east of Las Vegas. It has the largest capacity in the United States, capable of storing up to 9.3 trillion gallons. That's 36 trillion liters. The lake serves as a vital source of water for the states of Arizona, California, Nevada, and some parts of Mexico, providing sustenance to nearly 20 million people and vast areas of farmland. The majority of the water in the lake is sourced from Rocky Mountain snowmelt and runoff. Lake Mead is a remarkable feat of engineering and a crucial component in the development of water resources in the American West, spanning an area of approximately 247 square miles. That's 640 square kilometers. It's one of the largest man-made lakes in the world. The lake also generates hydroelectric power for the region. Lake Mead's importance to the surrounding communities cannot be overstated. It's a major source of water for irrigation, drinking water, recreation, and industrial purposes. Additionally, the lake is a popular destination for outdoor enthusiasts who engage in activities such as fishing, boating, and swimming. As a natural wonder and an engineering marvel, the beauty of the largest reservoir in the United States is slowly but surely disappearing before our very eyes as the lake dries up. But amidst the gloom, there is still a glimmer of hope that things could improve. Lake Mead, which hit an all-time low last year due to the ongoing drought, has been struggling to recover, and its condition remains precarious. Currently, the water level stands at a distressingly low 1,045 feet, which is 21 feet lower than the same time last year, marking yet another milestone in its rapid decline. To provide some historical context, it is worth noting that Lake Mead's highest water level was an impressive 1,225 feet in 1983, and yet now it's only 30% full, a stark contrast to its former glory. The water levels have dropped so much that a visible white ring, commonly referred to as the bathtub ring, has formed around the mountains, indicating the past water levels and highlighting how much water Lake Mead has lost over the years. This stark visual reminder serves as a warning of what could happen if we don't take urgent action to address the issue at hand. Moreover, the drought has made it even more challenging to predict seasonal weather variations that could impact Lake Mead's water levels, exacerbating the situation. As if that wasn't enough, the Colorado River, which supplies water to 5 million acres of farmland and 40 million people in the surrounding areas, is also drying up, compounding the issue and creating a multi-layered crisis. The Bureau of Reclamation has projected that Lake Mead could drop to as low as 992 feet by July 2024 in the worst-case scenario, adding to the already grim outlook and increasing the sense of urgency to act. The elongated drought that the region has been experiencing has been caused by multiple factors. One of the primary reasons behind this drought is the massive number of people who have been using the Colorado River. The increase in human population in the area has led to the severe depletion of Lake Mead's waters since 1999. Arizona, California, Colorado, Utah, and Nevada, the states that depend on the Colorado River, have all experienced significant growth in terms of the population over the years. Moreover, the United States Census Bureau has predicted that an additional 75 million people will dwell in the country during the next 40 years, with immigration accounting for 90% of that increase. Another major factor contributing to the diminishing water levels of Lake Mead is the drought. The drought has severely impacted Lake Mead and the areas around it in recent years. The drought has caused Lake Mead heights to plunge. Climate change is also to blame for the dry conditions in Lake Mead. The hot and arid conditions in the southwest United States cause water to evaporate quickly, and the lack of moist, warm air makes rainfall less likely to occur there. Consequently, the likelihood of droughts has increased, making it difficult for Lake Mead to refill. The impact of the drought on the millions of people who depend on Lake Mead for various purposes has been significant. To address the water shortage, authorities have urged people residing in Arizona and Nevada to reduce their water usage by 18% and 7% respectively. However, the lack of water in Lake Mead has also resulted in a reduction in electricity production. The Hoover Dam, which generates electricity using the water from the lake, has already slowed down its production due to the water shortage. If Lake Mead's water level drops by 100 feet, as predicted, the Hoover Dam's turbines may become dysfunctional, leading to a significant reduction in electricity production. The diminishing water levels of Lake Mead have also impacted recreational activities in the area. Many boat ramps are closing due to the cost and safety concerns, and maintaining them is becoming fairly expensive as water levels decrease. This has resulted in the halting of recreational activities, despite Lake Mead being a vital source of agricultural and drinking water. The situation is further complicated by the fact that Lake Mead's water levels are essential for power generation. This means that the impact of the water shortage goes beyond recreational activities and affects the day-to-day lives of the people in the region. The West Coast is experiencing severe drought conditions, and Lake Mead is not the only water body affected. Another man-made water body that is currently facing challenges is Lake Isabella, which is located 35 miles northeast of Bakersfield. Since the early 1950s, Lake Isabella has been one of Kern County Farm's most important water resources. However, the lake has been experiencing a severe reduction in water levels recently, leading to concerns among the local population. According to Mark Mulcahy, Kern County Watermaster, the output from Lake Isabella has been severely cut back on weekends, and recharge basins have been built to capture more water. However, with little help from state and federal allocations, the water left in this tiny pool will be stretched to the limit, leaving the city and farmers to rely more heavily on their wells. Mulcahy further adds that the lake's maximum capacity is nearly 570,000 acre-feet of water, which is a considerable amount. 1 acre-foot equals more than 300,000 gallons of water, enough to supply a family of 4 for 1 year. However, the lake currently sits at only 8% capacity, revealing the foundations of Whiskey Flat, one of the most infamous towns to come out of the Old West and the Gold Rush era, with the shoreline resembling a giant toilet bowl ring around the lake's edge. The impact of the drought on Lake Isabella and the surrounding area is becoming increasingly evident. The days of drought and low water levels at Lake Isabella may be coming to an end. In California, people have witnessed a recent season of massive snowfall that has left the snowpack in the southern Sierra Nevada far above its usual level, standing at an impressive 261% of its typical peak, exceeding the levels of the 1982-83 season. However, as temperatures gradually rise, this enormous snowpack could lead to severe flooding in the valleys below. The situation has already caused recent stormwater drainage to fill up reservoirs and pump floodwater into farms and communities downstream, bringing more rain and snow. Such a situation is unprecedented, and experts warn that the 82-83 season is an example of how snowmelt can cause spectacular flooding, as it flooded over 100,000 acres of farmland and created a historic inland lake, halting agriculture in the affected areas for almost 2 years. Today, reservoirs in this area are much smaller than those in the wetter northern Sierra Nevada. Lake Isabella, situated on the Kern River in the southern region of California, is experiencing a rapid increase in water levels, which is leading to a higher risk of flooding. The melting of the snowpack in the Sierra Nevada mountains, which is occurring at an unprecedented rate, combined with additional heavy rainfall from storms, could potentially cause flooding in more populated areas, dwarfing the reservoir capacity. The maximum flood level for many of the Sierra reservoirs was determined in the mid-20th century, and these calculations need to be updated to keep pace with climate changes. This spring, the high flows of water will likely strain the state's many aging levees, which are particularly neglected in low-income communities and weakest in agricultural areas. To mitigate the effects of the current flooding in Lake Isabella, officials are implementing measures to control the water levels. After a respite from the inclement weather earlier this week, operators plan to release water downstream to create additional storage for subsequent floods. However, the director of California Water Research believes that officials should provide more information regarding the likelihood of flooding, enabling the public to prepare for potential evacuation orders. Despite this, there is still optimism that Lake Mead will benefit from the current abundance of precipitation and snowmelt and return to its standard levels. But what do you think of this? Do you think there is a high chance of flooding? What do you think will serve as a permanent solution to these issues? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the content, kindly like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to our channel for more informative videos in the future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.